Well, we made some mods to Moose. You might want to see these ones. So I decided to make a mod on Moose. We've been wanting to put bucket seats in it. I pulled them out of a Ford Escape that I was scrapping, and we're going to give it a try. Let's see what happens. Um, and I'll show you here. So here's what they look like. I haven't got it mounted yet or anything. Brackets are a little different, so I got to figure out how I'm gonna make up some brackets. I might even just weld the fronts and just bolt the backs, and then if I have to, I can grind them off. We have to mod the seat belts later, but I'm hopefully going wheeling. So I'm trying to get this done quickly so that I can take this and use it. So I'm just gonna put with these in, the old seat belts sit right here anyways. So I can bolt the old ones down, just use the original seat belts for now, and then put in the newer ones afterwards. This seat's electric as well, so I'm going to have to run some wires down and get this so I can adjust it. Right now it's not bad, so, and I know it's about mid-travel, so if I get it set so I'm comfortable, once later I can adjust and it'll be fine. And then we got to get the one over there. Kind of missing. We get the other seat in, so I got to try to get those both done tonight, and so that we can take it out and have some fun tomorrow. Wow. There you go. Driver's is in. Starting to work on the passengers now. How to make a little bit of a bridge at the back. And other than that, bolt it down. And the fronts, until I get some fancy stuff done, I actually just welded them to the floor. I can get the grinder at it with no problem. So I can undo them later if I need to. We'll see how it goes. Or I might just build some brackets and weld it in even better in there. We'll see. But it definitely doesn't move. I've already bounced around on it, reefed on it back and forth, and yeah, they're not coming undone. So they're safe. Next, I'll get the other seat in, and then another day, because I don't really have time today, but another day I will try and get the seatbelts all mounted in. But this allows me to drive it. I've got to drive it for the next 2 days, so it allows me to get back in the driver's seat and go. We did a few other mods to it too. We got a heads-up speedometer now. So we got nice little guy right here. I don't have the power hooked up to anything, so I can't turn it on for you right now. But I'll show you all that later. These guys here are down, so now they're back up and running, except for the middle one. If I hit Y, there's a bulb again or something. Okay, so what we have here is the this terminal here. The back part of it broke, so the power just literally pulled out of it. That's what shorted the fuse out. Was when I reached back to find out what wasn't working, this touched the ground and poof, out went the fuse. So I've got to design a way to keep this on this side of the plastic, because the back part that holds it is not there anymore. So this goes in, and then the little piece inside there spring loaded. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm just going to take your thread clip, and I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to put a little slot and a hole in it, snap it over it, hoping it fits in there, and hopefully that'll keep everything straight and tidy. Won't bore you with the whole making of it, because literally I could just sit here with a pair of scissors and cut it around. But once I get it in, I'll show you it hopefully working. So there we go. Took the chip clip and I basically made a retaining washer that snaps on. So now when I put this in here, hopefully I've got it cut the right size. A little snug. That might be a good thing though. Let's get in there. Come on, get in there. There we go. Now, when I put this bulb in, hopefully I've got everything in the right way. Get the bulb in there. Everything will keep touching and be good. There we go. Okay, we do have light, sort of. Gotta wiggle it around a little. We do have light. Right, that's snapped in. Let's see if we got light now. No, yeah. Still seems a little testy, but we've got light. Okay, let's get this up in here. Get back in the seat where it's supposed to be. Let's see. Yep, there we go. So, here we have it. Light in all three bays again. There we go. All right. All right, so normally you'd get a back bumper and you'd have your plug hanging down off of it. Because of the off-roading we're doing, I wanted to protect the plug. So we're putting it like this, underneath. So this is actually completely under the car. The door's designed backwards so it won't get caught open. It's way up. I'd have to be bashing my gas tank, which eventually plan to put a bash pan around that anyways. So this thing's going to be well out of the way, and yet still it's close enough to the hitch that we can run wires with no problems at all. Be able to plug into it, and because of the height, we're definitely not going to be running into any problems. So what I did is I built this bracket, and now I'm just going to actually bolt it onto the bumper so it's good and strong. And then we get to play with the wires, which are up and have to hook up in there somewhere. So let's see how it goes. So I just pulled the bumper off. Like I said, I made everything so it just clips in, so it's not too overly scary. Do see a couple things I need to repair. I'll get to those while I'm at it. We want to make sure this thing's good and solid. We're pulling people out or helping people out. We want to make sure we're not falling apart. So this thing's pretty rugged, but I think a few little touch-ups might be in order. So maybe I'll weld in a couple little patches while I've got it apart, and then when we put it back in, we'll be good that way, good and safe. So now I can get under. As I say, you can see this big panel and then its hooks. I just couldn't get my hand around in there. It just wasn't happening. So as I say, this is going to sit like this. Built a fancy bracket for it. It's sitting right here, facing downward. Nice, clean, neat. I mean, I could weld it on now that I've got it off. Could just weld the thing on instead of bolting it on, but if it's bolt on, I can always take it off and fix it. If I weld it on, then yeah, it's twice as hard. So we'll bolt it on, and we'll get a few other, like I say, patches welded in here for these things, and make this thing look a little prettier before we put her back on. Nice and rainy. Kind of crappy out there. Another wet day. But we'll open up the door. And it comes around and I'll clean up this side. Well, there we go. Got some holes patched up. So now we're not seeing through it anymore. I should strengthen it up a bit there. I got to clean up here. We're going to put the ground in right there. That'll get that part done. Might pick up another plug and wire the rest in plug-wise. So the same as this, it'll just plug in and be done. I'll have to label one trailer and one bumper, but we'll do that. And then there we go, that's attached. It's not going anywhere. I want to reinforce this a bit too, so I might do it while I've got it off because it's just easier. Get this thing stand upright, clean it up, and get some new parts welded into there just to reinforce this, make it a little bit stronger. Don't really need it for stronger for pulling the trailer, but like I say, if we want to recover somebody or somebody needs to recover us, I need good anchor points. So we'll get to that. Strengthen her up. That's not too bad now. That should work. Alright, there we go. Bumper's back on. Plug's back down here. Ready to roll. So, and we got the little 4-wire one there. So, all ready to roll. All wired up. And good to go. Okay, I don't think this got in one of my other videos. I did shoot it before when we put it in, but we did add to Moose. We added this little guy right here. So we now have a tack. I felt the engine was running a little too fast and wanted to see what it was doing. And I had a nice neighbor that had a few extra ones and gave it to me, so thank you very much, Chuck, for that. And we were having problems. The fact we don't really have the speedometer doesn't work. So we now have this little puppy. Got this guy online, and it is a GPS digital speedometer. It tells me if I'm going north, south, east, or west, and it has a trip. It shows kilometers or miles, everything you need. So that's another little addition that we've added to Moose to make life a little bit better for driving. Hey, that's all I've got for you for this one. Thanks for watching. Do appreciate. Hit that subscribe button. We've got some more mods coming up. If you don't want to miss them, best way to get it. And I'll see you next video.